Hi, I'm Molly Madfis, and this is my renovation story. Come on in. I am a content creator in Los Angeles. I live with my husband Gideon, and we have two kids named Arlo and Izzy. My blog is called Almost Makes Perfect. I share about design, lifestyle, and motherhood, and just aesthetic things in general. If I had to describe my style in a few words, I would say California, casual, cozy, clean, and some other C words. I can stop whenever. I was the designer on all the projects, and I didn't hire a contractor because whenever I would meet with them, they just quoted me too high. So I decided to just have like my handyman do everything, and then I just kind of managed it myself. It ended up being more stressful for me, obviously, but it was worth it because I saved tons of money. So this is the main living space. It used to be all baby poop, yellow, really dark. So before we even moved in, we painted everything white, and it just felt like a whole new house. It just opened up the space a lot. And it has these vaulted ceilings, so it feels a lot bigger than it is. It just completely freshened the space. Since it's just one giant room, you really have to like define each zone. So I got this big rug to kind of like define where the living room is, and then a giant couch. So it kind of like feels like a wall defining the entryway from the living room. They're all just one room. A lot of people call me a beige mom or say that my house is just like super beige. It is very neutral, but I try to always incorporate a ton of like texture and make it feel very like cozy and organic, and just like add a lot of layers to it. A lot of leather and caning and wood everywhere. I've always wanted to make it feel not just aesthetic, but also very cozy for my family. Lots of soft rugs and textures, and it makes it just feel very cozy, even though it's neutral. The living zone opens up into the dining zone. I just put a bookshelf in between to kind of, again, just define different zones because the room is so small. I realized that it would just be a better use of space to just utilize every corner we have. I really wanted to keep it cheap, just like every other project in here. So we did a banquette with IKEA dressers. We just put them together ourselves and mounted them to the wall. And then I just got cushions made in a fabric that I could machine wash. And now we have a little dining nook. This really works well for our family now. I was gonna have a carpenter build out a custom built-in. The quote was like $5K. I kind of don't remember how much I spent on this, but like $2,000. So yeah, it's so much cheaper. That leads us into the kitchen. This room was a huge eyesore. It originally had these like dark kitchen cabinets that kind of just like made the whole room feel dark. There were big upper cabinets around the windows, blocking pretty much all the light. So I knew changing it was really important to me, and that it would kind of just like change the entire vibe of the house, which it did. It made the biggest difference. I ended up getting pregnant while we were renovating the kitchen, so it was a real struggle because we didn't have a kitchen. We made our own kitchen in my son's room now. He wasn't born yet, but that was really hard. So I was desperate to change it as quickly as possible. I just wanted to keep it really nice and light, very minimal, timeless, and bright. So I went with like white counter, white waterfall, and then white upper cabinets. And it just like opened up the space so much. I have a lot of wood in this room, in every room of the house actually. I just felt like wood felt really timeless and softened up the space, and I think that all the woods work together. I really love this big island. It's just really nice having like all of this counter space. The range head, again, I was worried about everything looking really nice and bright. We just had my carpenter build a box for it and just painted it to match the upper cabinets. For the tile, I wanted to keep it nice and cheap. I went with a matte subway tile, very clean, bright, and cohesive. It completely changes the entire house. The first bathroom we renovated was the kids' bathroom, and we did it when I was in my last trimester. So we made a lot of choices that were quick and cheap just to have everything done. I wanted the kids' bathroom to like match the aesthetic of the rest of the house, but still feel like a little bit younger or more playful. We just went to a big hardware store and picked up the floor tile and then just did a kind of modern pattern with it and just went with like a prefab vanity. And then I just did really basic subway tile in the bathtub. Nice and simple, very inexpensive and very easy to get. We didn't change the layout at all. We just replaced everything to look and function a lot better. Even though I did it really quick and cheap, it feels like a space that can grow with my kids and has been, so I'm still really happy with it. So we did the kids' bathroom and then we did our bathroom. Just like the kitchen, our bathroom was also very dark. Dark wood cabinet, rock tiled shower. I think it was also painted a baby poop color, really dark. Obviously it appealed to a different generation, just not to me at all. It was actually the darkest room of the house. And so my main goal was to just lighten it up, make it like a little bit more luxurious, fancy feeling. I kind of designed it to feel like spa vibes. The floor tile was also a lucky coincidence. I ran to the tile store nearby and found this tile. Very simple, timeless. And then since it's just a simple subway tile, I ended up doing a pattern that made it a little bit more interesting. I'm so happy with the tile. It just like made the biggest difference. I love warm, natural wood tones, so I knew I wanted a wood vanity. And then we added the countertop. And then we got concrete vessel sinks. And then these medicine cabinets. When we actually put everything up on the wall, I realized I couldn't even see myself in the mirror. So we had to cut down the legs of the vanity to make that shorter. We cut down probably a solid foot of it. Now you can see that I'm like here on the mirror. I used to not be able to see it at all. So I've learned my lesson from that, but it does look pretty. I love that we have a big shower and we have a hand shower that we put in. I did a plaster shower. I thought plaster would be cheaper, but it wasn't at all. It ended up being probably a little bit more than tile, but I do feel like it looks very special, unique, very clean and bright. Brass fixtures, which also felt really like warm. And then in the shower floor, I just did a simple hex tile just to kind of like brighten up the floor. It's like the most peaceful space in the house for sure. It just gives off this very like clean, organic, simple vibe. I'm very happy with it. And then we have a really nice big backyard. Probably our biggest project and the biggest makeover because it started as like a dirt patch. It had like a garden bed that was just like rotting with like weeds and pavers. The fence was falling over, so you couldn't really use it for anything. It was like a joke how bad it was. So we took that down and we extended this so we can actually like spread out here and use this as kind of like an outdoor dining room, our like lounge areas where we eat and chill and sit, and kind of like a second dining room. We put grass in. It just changed the yard completely. And now it's just like perfect for kids. The biggest part of our project was definitely the pergola. My stepdad helped me design this, and then we had our carpenter build it out so we can sit out here and not have the sun on us. I'm so happy with it. Just have like this nice oasis to escape to. It just works so well for our family now that we can really like come out here and escape. It feels very plush. I have so many great memories tied to this house. I have brought both babies home here. My children have grown up here, so it has a ton of special memories. We've renovated the house to reflect our changing family, and I am super proud of how far this house has come. It's just night and day. There's just like nothing more exciting than actually getting to really use this space that you've been planning in your head for so long. For it to actually be real life is just like, it's a great, satisfying feeling. Like and subscribe to HGTV for more renovation stories like this.